Hey, how's it going tonight? Well, hope all you guys and gals had an amazing day out there. I did the best that I could, Um, yeah, it is what it is, right? Got some time clearing, doing some grounding, and connected with some trees while I was waiting, killing some time there for a little bit. And it felt great. It cleared a little bit up here, cleared some stuff in here and stuff, and things like that. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of this quote that it's from a movie, and it's the original Batman with Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson. Have you ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight? And Joker says to Batman when they're up on the rooftop there and stuff. And to me, what that kind of talks about is like, say the yin and the yang, the dark and the light. It's within everybody, the duality of singularity. So it's like, can you make friends with your shadows? Can you be okay with the parts of you that might not be the best parts of you, but you still gotta love them, right? Because they're still parts of you. And a lot of times, it goes to some people, and you can get depressed. Some people do, right? And things like that, and things can happen and stuff, and that's usually what happens. When I talk about the friend who parties too much, right? Or the friend that doesn't really, yeah, doesn't have their own best interests, and so you gotta look out for your friends, right? And stuff like that. And so sometimes you get consumed by your shadows, and we all know people out there that get consumed by their shadows, and it's really sad. When especially when it's people you care about, people you love, people that mean the world to you, and sometimes yeah, sometimes, yeah, they get consumed and you lose them, and it happens. But it's just a check, for all your friends out there. Just check in on them, make sure they're doing good. You haven't heard from somebody in a little while or something like that, maybe reach out and say, hey, how you doing today, or whatever, things like that. Like I've talked about before, like, sometimes you got to be the one that picks yourself up. Sometimes you got to be the one that is your own best friend, that's your own check in on yourself, because you can always lie to yourself. That's really easy. Lots of people like to lie to themselves and tell them they're doing fine, but really it's not always that case. Sometimes things are really darker than they are, and until you're willing to admit that darkness, it's a lot of times not going to get help. So sometimes it's better to admit to yourself